Hello, my soul tribe. Thank you so much for joining this quick video with me. In just a few hours, we're going to welcome the next new moon in Leo cycle. If you are located in East Asia, Hong Kong, or in the similar time zone, this new moon is going to occur on the 25th Friday in the very early morning, around 4 to 5 a.m. ish. Now, if you're watching this video from Europe or from the US, it will be on the previous day on July the 24th, nighttime, or maybe even in the early evening or even afternoon. One of the things, the reasons why I want to talk about this new moon in Leo is because this new moon in Leo is not necessarily easy for us. When this new moon occurs, we're seeing the sun and the moon forming a conjunction around 2 degrees in Leo, but it's also forming a opposition with Pluto and also a square with Chiron. And so even, for the past, let's say, 3 to 5 days, the counseling sessions that I've been doing, there is a similar pattern there. It seems like a lot of the clients are experiencing a similar type of psychological blockage or pains, during this period of time. Well, the good thing is that this Sun and Pluto opposition is going to soon finish in about a week time. So I would say, after the first week of August, slowly, this intense energy is going to diminish and it will calm down. However, today, right? I mean, literally the final week of July and the first week of August is the most intense time. So today, in this video, I just want to quickly talk about what is this Sun opposing Pluto about, and this new moon opposing Pluto is about, and how does the squaring with Chiron play in this scenario. First of all, we have to really understand what Pluto is about. Pluto, if you are a astrology fan, you probably have heard of Pluto as a planet. In astrology, is representing transformation, change. But when Pluto is, of course, working in a more negative way, is talking about our fear. Now, the good thing about Pluto and the bad thing about Pluto actually are related. You can imagine transformation requires a lot of letting go. You have to end an old chapter in order to transform into the new. And even when you're transforming yourself, your life into the new chapter, we might still tend to look back and think, oh, but maybe I still want to go back to the past. Maybe what we are used to, maybe what we used to own, what we used to have is much better, right? And I'm not ready to just jump into the next chapter and create everything, because I don't have a guarantee that everything I want will be manifested. And so the negative part about Pluto is that when we're going through the so-called transformation, or maybe it just, when you're living your life, we could suddenly have this fear about, am I going to make it? Or this could also be about even related to the sense of abandonment. Specifically for the past week, I've seen a lot of clients talking about their fear of being abandoned, this fear of someone might not want me anymore. Maybe this could be related to someone that you're seeing. Maybe if you're in a relationship, this could also be about suddenly you might be feeling that your partner is distant, they're not talking to you, and then you suddenly have this fear in you about, are they abandoning me? Are they changing their mind about me? Are they leaving me? Things like that. Now, of course, this is not necessarily all about romantic love. Sometimes this could even be about a friend. So, for example, recently I've been talking to a client, and in this session, she said that she suddenly just had this fear that her 2 friends maybe will abandon her, maybe will stop being her friends. Even though those fear has absolutely no foundation and no rationality there at all. But that is about mental health, right? If we are always logical, if we're always rational, then we would have much less struggle, right, with our emotion and with our psychological blockages. So coming back to this Sun opposing Pluto, what we need to know is that sometimes this fear of abandonment or fear of letting go, fear that something is going to leave my life, can be intensified, this week and also next week. So if you already, for example, you were born on your birth chart, if you're already born with that energy, probably this week you will feel a lot, right, stronger. Now, but for all of us, right, if you don't have Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars squaring Pluto, this is also an important period of time for us to calm down, for us to do meditation and release this inner fear about if I really let that go, maybe something will not work out for me. Maybe I want to go back to the past. Maybe I want to beg that person to take me back, etc., etc. Now, the good thing about this new moon is that the sun and the moon, while they're opposing Pluto, when the new moon occurs, it is also forming a beautiful trine with our Saturn and also with our Neptune. See, Saturn is about discipline. It's about structure, right? It's about consistency. And Neptune, it's about surrendering ourselves to the divine, right? And using our own spiritual practice to manifest what we want. So putting all this energy together with Pluto, for example, if you are experiencing, let's say, some fear of abandonment towards a person that you feel you love, right? You want to be with, and they're not giving you attention. They're busy, right? They're doing a lot of things. One thing you can actually do is to do meditation, because Neptune will be able to help you to release a lot of this self-created fear in us, right? Or irrational emotion in us. And Saturn, as the planet of reality, tells you that you just need to be very practical. If you want that relationship, what you need to do is to keep putting out your effort and to keep working for this relationship. And slowly you will realize that they are not leaving you, right? And you are actually growing this relationship step by step, little by little. However, Saturn tells you that it's important that we are not rushing it, all right? So especially if this is about fear of abandonment related to a person, this really needs us to have patience, right? Because whatever that you desire will come to you in time. Now, finally, I also want to talk about this Leo energy, right? So, of course, this new moon in Leo opposing Pluto, squaring Chiron, which is the wound in us, right? I also didn't forgot to mention, sorry. This fear of abandonment could actually be triggered or come from a lot of things from the past. Maybe in the past we were abandoned. Maybe in the past someone triggered us, right? And thus, even though we want to feel secure, we want to trust the process, but somehow this old memory and this old nervous energy or this anxiety keeps attacking us, right? So again, this is a time for us to really do journaling, meditation, to really connect with our higher self. And this is a time when we say we are spiritual people, right? This is time to put you in test. Now, Leo energy could be related to many, many different things. And of course, this new moon in Leo opposing Pluto, squaring Chiron could be happening in different parts of your chart. But in general, Leo is related to love, right? So this could, happen definitely, related to your romantic interests, right? Your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, things like that. Now, the second thing Leo rules is children. So if you're a mother or if you're a parent during this period of time, you might be having a little bit feeling that your children suddenly don't need you anymore. Maybe they are growing up. Maybe they're going to university, right? They don't need to be the little boy, little girl next to you anymore. Or maybe, they suddenly have friends, right? They say, Mom, I don't need you to come to pick me up. I want to go out with my friends. I don't want to come home. And of course, as a parent, right, we might be feeling, wow, you don't need me anymore, right? Etc., etc. Leo could also be related to other things, for example, our creativity, our creative spirit, right? It could also be related to kingship, right? So this could also be about if you're a CEO, if you're a CFO, or if you're some kind of leader, this could also be about us having this fear that our employee, our trustworthy employee might be leaving us, maybe they find other job offers, right? Things like that. But whatever this fear of abandonment or fear of loss is, my dear soul tribe, the reason why I'm making this video is just to let all of us, right, be aware and more conscious about how our psychology is affecting us positively and negatively. And if you are experiencing any of this energy, please do some journaling, and please know that a lot of these things are not true, but they just need us to really reflect on whether we are ready for love and what we need to work on to create the even better version of ourselves. Thank you so much, my beautiful tribe. I wish everybody a beautiful, happy, and joyful new moon in Leo. And I'll see you very soon in the next reading session. Bye.